Scratching off more of the to-do list for the Skyline, we're giving the front end a makeover with all of these. We got some new tie rods, brand new OEM sway bar links, a bunch of Febest ball joints including spares. Mostly this one in particular because they're hard and expensive to get. New front drive shafts and some Cusco control arms. Let the pain and suffering begin.
Sick. Alright. I don't know if I've got any penetrant anywhere. Oh, yes. Crack. Come on. Come on. Oh. I've got some bloody rust under here as well. Oh, that one moves already. Look at that. Not seized at all. That's what I like to see. If you're wondering why all the hassle, split boots. So figured I may as well just replace the whole shaft. I can get them at a discount. We're also going to replace ball joint there, ball joint in the middle. I also have new tie rod ends, and then I think I've just ordered some rack ends for the other side. I was thinking about new bearings for the front and rear. That's beyond my current financial situation. So there's going to be a lot of sandblasting, a little bit of painting today, because obviously everything that comes off, I'm going to sandblast it, repaint it, getting it all looking nice and pretty again before we put it back on. These things are refusing to come off. I've already got some penetrant on there because I don't care about the joints here. It doesn't matter. We're just, if they melt, they melt. I'm just looking to put a bunch of heat into here. And just like that, that's how you get a stuck joint out. Got the GoPro up on the little magnetic mount so it can mount inside the wheel well. How well that actually goes. Oh boy. I should have brought my keys out so I could actually turn the wheel out. Oh, turn the wheel in so that this comes out. It would make this significantly easier. Ah, this is messy. I haven't really thought this through at all. So the best thing to do when you haven't thought it through, just keep on doing things. And eventually a plan will come into place. I don't have my spanners down here, so that really makes it annoying. She's still spicy, but chuck that on with a nut loosely on it. That holds it in place so that we can undo that nut. I can get those axles out, no dramas. Thankfully, shut up birds, Jesus Christ. So much grease all over everything. It's not what I want to be seeing, because this side isn't even the one with the split boot. I think it's dripping from my power steering. Ditch tie rod, put wheel under here so I can rest that on the wheel. I've undone a bolt on the ABS system down here, undone to here. That way I can take this whole bracket off because I need to actually access the third bolt, the lower bolt here, so that I can get this off because I want to sandblast this, paint this, also check out if there's anything rusting behind this as well, in between the two pieces. I need that to be moved so that I can actually get to that bolt down there. The other side's nice and easy, this side's a bit of a pain. Yeah, that wasn't meant to happen, but I am losing a little bit of diff fluid, so I will have to... You can just sit in there temporarily.
With everything off the car, it can all get split up, degreased, and a good scrub down to get it ready for painting. My lower control arms have had a date with the blowtorch to knock the old ball joints out, and while that was happening, Bree showed up and helped out with some sandblasting. Not much of this was recorded, but I did a full cleanup of the arches area, which was needed given the amount of sludge that had built up on the subframe. Then a final wipe down with wax and grease remover before everything gets hit with some paint. This is my usual go-to. We're doing most stuff in black, but the lower control arms and sway bar will get hit with silver. All the nuts and bolts get a degrease bath to make sure everything is clean before legoing everything back together. These new arms are from Cusco, but I went with the zero camber design mostly because this car probably won't see a track to validate the extra tyre wear. They also came with instructions that were exclusively in Japanese, so they were no help to me. These do have a bearing bush versus the OEM ones that would come with rubber. They currently have polyurethane in them, but this allows for a more free moving control arm and lets the suspension do what it's meant to. I have no idea what you are and are not meant to put grease on, so everywhere where one surface meets another, it's getting hit with it. Mostly to prevent water from sitting and rusting things out.
one side almost done, minus that. That nut needs to be done up before I put this into our hub. Whew. Come on, pop it. Ah, you bastard. I don't have a spanner big enough. Oh, okay, that's gonna be fun. This gets disassembled so I can get the boot. I'll give the boots a good clean just to make them look kind of new, but the inside of them doesn't look too bad. Like, they don't seem like they're too hammered. The outside of it, like, it's nice and pliable still. It doesn't look like it's trying to crack at all when I do this. So these should be okay to use. Oh, freaking smacked my bloody knuckle into the ground on that. So unfortunately, the rack ends that came in, they do not fit. I pulled the boot off the other one, and it actually didn't feel too bad. The grease was a little bit grotty, so I just sort of wiped off the stuff that was on the outside. I'll put some fresh grease on them. I gave the bar itself like a quick sand. I've hit it with some fresh paint just to sort of stop them from rusting, gets them looking a bit nicer. We'll clean up the boots, because the boots are actually in pretty decent condition. And then we'll just replace the tie rod ends, because those ones actually fit, the ones that I have. Dude, what the heck is the torque setting on these things? That is wild. The odd thing with these ones is they don't use a split pin. They use one of the nylon lock washers. I don't know how secure this is compared to having a split pin, which has an actual physical thing going through the thread to prevent anything from coming loose. if this nylon does sort of deteriorate, but this is what I've got. We're gonna go loads of grease inside these ones. So we have genuine Nissan sway bar links. There was the thought of getting some upgraded ones, but I had already bought these before I started my job at an auto parts store where I could get half off on Whiteline stuff. Otherwise I probably would have got some Whiteline ones. But brand new OEM stuff is always good as well. That is the front end on this thing done. I still need suspension. Just as well Whiteline don't do the same quality with their products as they do with their stickers, because it's the only one that's faded of these.